A bit windswept, isn't it? Right, coffee time. Morning. Where are we?
We are in, can you pronounce it for us? Clwyd?
Clwyd Bakeries to Accra.
We're in Clwyd Bakeries. This is the, it's got probably the northernmost bakery in Wales, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So, the northernmost point on mainland Wales is the Lighthouse, what we just went to. You didn't get stuck in the sand.
Quicksand.
Quicksand.
I've said there's quicksand out there, and there's been people stuck in it, and there's also been people who's got stranded at the lighthouse because apparently the tide comes in really quickly.
So I'm really glad the tide was out and we were able to get hands on the lighthouse.
Yeah.
And then we've driven a matter of yards to the car park to start with our pre-trip chat.
Yes.
I have got 0 miles in my diesel.
Ooh.
It was 40, but it seems to have gone down to 0.
Now that would be really good if an EV comes to your rescue to go and get a tank full of
Yeah, I know.
diesel.
Well, the problem is I don't think that car will start if it does run out. It should be fine. It said when I parked it up earlier on for the photos, it was saying 40 odd miles. There's a petrol station about 5 miles away. So this time, instead of starting with Lee on a full charge and me with a full tank, it's more of a real world thing. My fuel light is on and you're on about half charge, right?
Yeah, about 133 miles left now, so...
Got you. So
you've got range anxiety.
I have at the minute, yeah. Because that big diesel, and with the way it's smoking, I don't actually know how much it uses. So
I can tell you a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Right, so the plan is 188 miles to Rhys, which is the southernmost point of Wales, or Barry Island, which is the same thing, but there's stuff there. Interestingly for this one, you can charge at the end destination. We know that there's chargers in Barry Island. So
if they're working.
If they're working. But I think, because this is a shorter trip, it's only about 4 hours, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is less of a done deal than John O'Groats was, because you're going to need to top up your charge, and I'm going to need to put diesel in, and I think the costs of that is going to be comparable.
And we have that half an hour we have to take.
We have a half-hour mandated stop, which I think is fair, because I need to fill up anyway, and it's scenic, so photos. So you could have this one for the evangelists. Notwithstanding the fact that I'm driving a broken car. So, 188 miles, you can do 200 are you 207 miles range in the winter?
This morning, it showed, I think, about 200, I can't remember, it was 220 odd, so
right.
I could be in with a good shout here. If I use my half an hour wisely and don't stop just for a coffee and not charge, so I need to be stopping where there is a charger. Yeah,
so another strategic run. Have you got any idea where you are going to stop?
No, and now I'm going to get annihilated here. Should have planned your journey.
But then again, it's a very scenic drive. There's 3 different routes that you can go. It's very windy. 3 routes that you can go from here. Essentially, you can go onto the M6, which is boring. You can go down through Hereford, which is where I live, and that's where I came from, so I don't really want to do that. Or you go through Welshpool and then essentially the Brecon Beacons.
Can't say that anymore.
Beacon Brano, Kenneth Branagh. So that's the plan. We're going to head down through the Brecon Beacons. It should be very scenic. There should be some red kites flying around, I'm hoping.
Okay.
I like a red kite. So, just a bit of scenery.
Yeah.
And I'm quite excited to see how this one pans out.
I'm nervous, I have to say, because I've done North Wales to South Wales before, and it is a charging desert. There's not a lot of charges at all along the way, so that's going to be. Wherever I charge, it's got to be at the beginning somewhere. So within the next, I'm going to have to take my half an hour, allotted half an hour earlier. But what I might do is, I'm going to say, you see how I'm going to think, oh, I'll just charge up and just use 10 minutes, but you can't. It's not like just filling up.
So even if I need to put in, say, 40 quid worth of diesel, it's actually only going to take me 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Whereas with you, but at the same time, if you can find a fast charger, then you can be on less time. But if there's an official half-hour stop anyway, which would be, normally if you're doing this as a family trip, it'd be a lunch stop, wouldn't it? And then everybody in the comments says, well, if you were doing this, then you would stop for lunch. So that's kind of why the half-hour lunch stop is in there, because everybody's moaning.
Yeah.
It's
going to be close.
I think it is going to be close. I think it is. But I do have some mild concerns about my smoky Mercedes, and of course we have to contend with 20 mile an hour speed limits.
Did that on the way here. That's an absolute nightmare.
Absolute nightmare.
Who was it who thought of that?
Gentlemen, what do you think of the 20 mile an hour speed limit up here? Oh, terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Does it affect your business?
Not-
Getting around?
I wouldn't say the business so much, but it's just travel to work, and that just adds the extra time. And
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not necessary, I don't think.
Not the biggest fans of Mark Drakeford then.
Not really, no.
So there you go. So,
I'm a bloke.
so we're going to contend with, I think we will be hitting some 20 mile an hour speed limits at least.
Yeah, and the speed cameras with them as well.
And the speed cameras, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all still to play for
Mark
today.
Drakeford. Is he all right in the head?
I don't know. Either that or he's just paid off, basically. But I don't understand how you can be a human being who is like there must be a financial payoff. If you're playing the part of someone who is universally hated, someone must be paying you massive wedges of money.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like the Sadiq Khan thing in London, there isn't a single person that likes him, and he has to go everywhere in an armoured Range Rover. That can't be a good act to play.
Electric one, is it?
No, it's not. No, it's a V8 and it's armoured, so it's 400 grand.
Oh, right, excellent. There we go then.
So he must go home to his wife and she'll say, how was your day today? And he'll say, well, it's terrible because everybody hates me. And she'll say, don't worry, look at your bank balance. How does it work? Like, how can people
Works like that.
Yeah, exactly. Also, new t-shirts. Smoky Geoff and the Fish and Chip Bandit. I'd say they're available in the merch store, but they're not yet. They will be.
Fish and chips later on.
Fish and chips later on. Fish and chips in Barry Island. Have you
Yeah.
chosen a good fish and
I
chip?
have. I've done my research.
Have you?
Yeah, I have.
I love the way that you've planned your fish and chips, but you haven't planned your journey.
Forget that.
Excellent. So we will see you at the next stop. Coffee and a bacon sandwich, and then diesel, electric, and onwards.
Onwards, my friends.
Right on.
Bacon butty.
Lovely. Thank
Brown.
you very much. Let's roll.
Brown or red?
Always brown.
Really?
Yeah, never red.
Well, I've gone brown this time.
Excellent. Are we eating here? Are we eating in the car? You can't.
Gonna eat here.
Is it illegal to eat a bacon sandwich in a car?
I don't know. I mean, there's that many cameras around now. Probably.
Well, these
probably have some law.
These
for it.
4D AI cameras that they're putting up in London, you won't be able to eat a bacon sandwich at the wheel, will you?
What about a sausage one?
No sausage. No.
Oh, well, I don't know. I think is it Mark Drakeford?
Mark Drakeford, yeah.
Oh, apparently he's into it. He likes a bit of a vent sausage. I think he does.
I think he does. He's definitely bent in one way or another. Yeah.
The controversial.
World Economic Forum. It's got a real chesty.
Yeah, it's really
chesty
flat
cut.
sand.
Yeah, it is. I tell you what, that was a properly windy. It was beautiful. The beach is beautiful. Blue sky is fantastic, but it was howling.
It was mad. In fact, that sand was travelling faster than any cars in Wales.
Do you know what? It actually probably was. Yeah, that is ridiculous. Right, thank you for watching. We will crack on with our breakfast and get on with the trip.
Onwards.
Onwards indeed.
Actually, that is. Oh man, that is insane.